Well, now to this. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is one of the most common childhood disorders, and an increasing number of children are diagnosed each year.
Parents often struggle to help their kids cope with the behavioral challenges, and one mother, Tangi Dewberry, took a very creative approach. She wrote a children's book called Oh Fiddlesticks.
And Tangi joins us now along with family therapist Dr. Paul Hokemeyer. Welcome back, Dr. Paul. Tangi, welcome to the couch.
Thank you.
Tell us, why did you write this book?
To really inspire other parents in having conversations about negative emotions and conflict resolution. It was also therapeutic for me and my family, and I wanted to share with others what we had learned along the way in terms of helping a child with not only ADHD, but with talking about emotions.
And the character, I have to tell you, I read the book to my daughter last night. I loved the book. I thought it was very proactive. And the character of the book is based on your son.
Yes. Yes. My son, Evan, is 7 years old, and he was diagnosed with ADHD 2 years ago. And so just over the last 2 years, we learned a lot of techniques, coping skills, which you read about in the book, and I wanted to share that with others as well.
How long did it take to get a proper diagnosis?
We started working with Evan when he was about 3.5. And we worked with different therapists, but he was so young at that time, we thought it was terrible twos and behavior he would grow out of, but when that didn't happen, we had to take a more proactive approach. And so, and when he was in his pre-K year of school, that's when we got the diagnosis.
Well, Dr. Paul, what kind of challenges do children with ADHD face?
Well, there are basically three things that parents should be looking for with ADHD. The first one is inattention, so they have a hard time focusing on details and completing tasks. The second one is impulsivity, so that they act before they think. And then the third one is hyperactivity, so they're constantly in motion and just basically bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, but there's a new study that says that 1/3 of children will continue to have symptoms into adulthood. So can you tell us about that?
Sure. That we know that it's a condition that we call chronic, meaning that it persists if not intervened upon. And so Tangi said that through getting a proper diagnosis, she was able to come up with some techniques where she could work with her son and engage in some behaviors that will teach him more appropriate behavior.
Well, Dr. Paul, let's break it down a little bit, because Tangi said that she had a hard time deciphering, is her son being a kid, or is this truly a disorder that needs to be addressed?
Right, exactly, and probably when I went through those three symptoms, half of your audience who has a 2-year-old drop their coffee cup, right? So what we're looking for is behavior that's outside the realm of normal. So 2-year-olds are going to be defiant, 2-year-olds are going to have a lot of energy, but if it's outside the realm of normal, and we want to look for two things in addition. Is it interfering with their capacity to learn? So is their capacity to learn compromised, and are they having a hard time in their friendships and in relationships with other people? So those are the two things that we really want to look for when we're looking for behavior that's outside the realm of normal.
You know, back to the book. A few things I liked about it. The way it's written, you can really, as a reader, act through, so you know the kids are going to love listening to it.
Exactly.
But then at the end, you have a list of questions.
Right.
Very specific questions, and you know, obviously very smart questions, too. How do those help the kids, though, after they've heard the story in the book?
Well, I think it helps the kids and the parents, because one of the things I wanted is to begin a dialogue between parents and kids about emotions and what they're feelings, because oftentimes it's just not a discussion that is had. We all have emotions, we all have feelings, but anger is probably the least talked about of all of them. But I wanted to be able to teach kids that this is a healthy emotion, but it's how you use that emotion which is most important. So that's what the questions are designed to do.
So what advice do you have for parents who may have children with ADHD, knowing now what you know?
I would say get a very strong support team. So I have a team of therapists, the teachers, family and friends, people who are there to help us. Ask a lot of questions, read as much as you can online. I'm always on the internet trying to research as much as I can, and to really, at the end of the day, be an advocate for your child.
And how is your son doing now, Evan? How's he doing now?
He's doing amazing. He was in the district spelling bee. He made the honor roll.
Wow.
Okay.
So he is doing phenomenal. Through all of the support and resources over the course of the last 2 years, he's really done very well.
So are there any other books in the works?
Absolutely. The goal is to have a series of 3 to 5 books. So probably this summer I'll start working on the second.
You could turn the kid into like a vampire, and then he could get a girlfriend.
No zombie
and
children.
then he could get like the movie rights. This is great. He got the truck back from Chris in the book, so he's ready to go.
Because Tangi complimented him on being funny.
No,
so
no, he didn't say it.
see, Dr. Paul's used to it. So, yes, he knows.
Tangy Dewberry and Dr. Paul Hokemeyer, thank you so much for being here. And the book is called Oh Fiddlesticks, and it is available right now.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.